It's one of those moments in time where I do sort of a life review, a check-in with where I'm at, because I feel and I know that right now, this period of my life right now, at 25 years old, is pivotal. There's so much changing in my inner world right now and my external world, and feels like everything is the most clear it's ever been while simultaneously just like falling apart. And it feels like my internal world is also like crumbling. But the depression that I have been feeling recently, and just this like numbness and meaninglessness, lack of purpose, lack of even like motivation to do anything, I know it's not depression because I've been through this dark night of the soul before. And I actually made a video, it's called A Reflection of 19, that I watched today because I feel that the parallels between me being 25 and me being 20, so much with what I experienced when I was 20 feels like it's coming back here, but on this whole new level. And it's very different now because when I was 20, there was this letting go of societal expectations of who I should be, of what I should do, of what I should say, what I should look like, and all these walls and expectations just dropping and going through this process of shedding and letting go identities that weren't me anymore because I was so afraid and just wanted to do everything that I could to be fit into the world, into friend groups, into society, so that I could be loved, because I did not have a foundation of inner safety or stability within myself to love myself. And I struggled with self-hatred and self-harm with my inner critic, not like physical, but really, really struggled with myself and accepting myself as I am. And I didn't know who I was, and I was finding her. And it was exciting in a way because I was 20 and it's like I had this whole fresh new perspective and opportunity of who I could be. And not that that's not true now, it's not true. But I think being 25 and coming to this place of feeling like I'm breaking down again feels daunting, because on one hand, it feels like most 25-year-olds have it figured out, or have a solid job, or have a solid income, or are doing all these things and paying for rent and like moving to new cities and just like building a completely new life. And I'm very blessed to have had the last 5 years that I did of traveling the world and living mostly abroad and meeting my partner and meeting my best friends that are like soul fam, and just having like these soul expansive experiences that have made me who I am today and have brought me more into myself than I've ever been. And that's like what I feel the most clear on ever in my life. But I feel like I've reached this new threshold where I'm in myself and I know myself, and I've like truly done so much work to get to this place internally, like the unseen work. And now that I'm like coming down from this spiritual experience and having this desire to reintegrate into the world, let's say, or really just like anchor in the transformation that I went through and to share it with the world, it feels so daunting and overwhelming because I'm building something from scratch. I'm building something that has never been built before. And there's just so much pressure that I feel on myself of having to make this work out, because I'm not ever going to work a 9 to 5. I'm not ever going to work a normal job. It's just not what I'm meant to do. I know that. But yeah, like it's never been done before. And I guess with that, there's so many limiting beliefs that come up along the way of like, are you insane? Like, well, what makes you think you can do this? Why do you think this is gonna work out? And my higher self is just like, no, listen to your heart. Your heart is the guide. Your intuition is guiding you. These dreams and these visions have been planted in your heart for a reason, because you're meant to fulfill them. You're meant to take action on those dreams. And like, that's a big part of your purpose and why you're here. And then there's just these inner critic, daunting thoughts and thought forms that just like come at me of, you can't do this. It's not going to work out. No one's going to listen to you. No one likes you. And it's just like, oh, the tension between the version of myself that I know I'm meant to become, that I'm in the process of forging myself into, and the limiting beliefs of society, of my parents, of my lineage, of generational trauma are just all coming at me so hard, because I've built the capacity within my nervous system at this point in my life to actually be able to feel and hold and not run away and not numb and not hide and not avoid, because I'm done. I'm done avoiding, I'm done running, I'm done hiding, and I'm ready to feel and like work through whatever is here, what is alive, because it's a part of the process in becoming and transcending the pain, the conditioning, the programming of your lineage, of the society that we live in. And so I know I'm on this path and it's what I'm meant to do, and I'm podcasting, I'm creating, I'm building frameworks, I'm building systems, I'm building methodologies for this transformation. And there's all this self-doubt and old wounds of low self-worth of, who the hell do you think you are to be able to do this? Like, and it's crazy because it's the lived experience. Like, I'm living my transformation. I've been through it. So of course I can guide somebody one step forward, if not more. And that's what I'm working on building within myself, is this deep self-trust and confidence and knowing and deep self-worth that I'm worthy of this, that I'm capable of doing this, that I'm enough to do this, and that it will work out. I just have to keep showing up with faith, delusional faith in myself, because why wouldn't I bet on myself? Why wouldn't I take the risk? Why would I succumb to working to somebody's dusty son as my boss? I know I'm not meant for that. And so I guess like a part of this path that's challenging being an entrepreneur, being an artist, being a creative, is overcoming these limiting beliefs and these walls of programming that make you afraid to not believe in yourself, to not take the leap of faith, to not take the risks. And yeah, I guess with that, there's a huge part of shame right now being where I am, because now I'm back at home living with my parents. And I'm so grateful to be held and supported on this journey, because even my parents, like, they believe in me, they see me, and they support me. But there's a shame around being here and accepting the support, and also not wanting to be here, and also being ready to arrive financially in alignment, doing what I love and not feeling like I have to work so hard. And like, my programming, my lineage comes from World War II, Poland. I'm first generation American, and my parents have worked so hard, blood, sweat, and tears to get to where they are today. And there's just this huge part of me that I'm letting go of that tells me that I need to like suffer in order to succeed, when that's not at all the case. And that's the new paradigm that we're in, that I'm stepping into, that it doesn't have to be painful. You don't have to suffer to succeed or to be happy. You don't have to suffer to deserve to be happy. You're worthy just because you are. And there's a way to be happy in ease and alignment. It doesn't mean that you don't have to work hard. You do. You have to show up, and it's hard work. But it doesn't have to be in a way that makes you suffer. And that's something I'm overcoming right now in my own journey, is just like creating the space in my nervous system to feel a sense of ease, to feel like I can exhale, to feel like I can be safe in my body and have fun while I'm in this process of creating my foundation and rising from the bottom up and having faith, seeing myself through it. Because on this journey of entrepreneurship and like creating a business, creating a movement, it takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight. It could take years. But like, do you have the faith? Do you have the confidence and belief in self? Do you have the trust in God to provide for you everything that you need? To provide everything you need for this vision? Because I believe that God has planted your dreams and your visions in your heart for you to pursue them. And once you pursue them, God will support you in that. God will support you on the path of making it happen. But you have to take the leaps, let go of fear. All fear is illusion at the end of the day. And just walk straight ahead with faith, even when you can't see it, because that's the whole point. You're not supposed to wait for the results to believe in yourself, and that's what builds a strong leader, is this knowing in self that you are meant for this. And you have to know it within yourself, because people won't believe in you from the outside. You have to build it from within. And that's what I'm working on right now. And it feels good sharing this out loud. It feels good to just like be straight up with where I am, because I'm not hiding. And my dream is to build a business, to build a community and build a container that helps women transform into their most empowered and alive and healthy versions of self. Especially the highly sensitive women, the highly sensitive souls that know they're here for something big, that know they're here to make an impact. And I say this as a sensitive soul who used to see it as a burden, who saw it as this weight and this burden and bane to my existence, whereas now I see it as gift. And I feel like it's my work, some of my biggest work in this life, to help women and people see that their sensitivity is the doorway to their greatest gifts in this life. And to lean into them and to not hide, to not numb, to like really create the safety within yourself to explore what that is and see how that can evolve and actually support you in your life. Because you're not meant to live numb. You're not supposed to live in survival and fear and contraction. So I think that's it. I'm just gonna tune to my heart and see if there's anything else that wants to be shared. I just want to say to this version of myself right now, 25 years old, I am so proud of you. Like, so proud of you for who you've become and for sticking through and for having the courage to show up and be vulnerable and step into leadership, because that is what you are. And you don't need anybody outside of you to tell you that you are, to know that you are. And although you suffer with these inner critic thoughts that feel debilitating and a darkness that seems to have no end sometimes, I know that there's a flicker of light at the end of the tunnel. And I feel like this is my future self talking to me right now, because she knows, and she is essentially this angel that is coming through to like pull me through to the next chapter and the next phase. Because the dark night of the soul isn't depression, it is progression. It means you're moving forward, and it feels like regression sometimes because there's all this old stuff that comes up to be felt and processed. But it's coming up for you to process it, let it go, transmute it, alchemize it into your power so that you can step into your next level embodiment. And that's what's happening. I know that's what's happening. And if this is something that you feel that you're in right now, like you're going through this too, You forking got this. We got this, and at the end of the day, God is always working for you, not against you. And to have faith and trust in that knowing is the key. I love you so much. This version of you is perfect and exactly where she needs to be. And I'm curious when I'll do another one of these, but this is just what's alive in my heart, in my being, and my highest prayer is that I can reach and impact as many women and humans on this earth as possible through my message, through my podcast, through my content, through my community on School, the Whole Soul Collective. May it be so that I may arrive in my business and be supported in being a conduit of light and helping others on their journey of finding home and safety within themselves. I love you.